So this last interview that we saw was talking about the problem of the lack of daycare centers for children from 0 to 3 years old. This is a very serious issue because, for example, if you are a town that is already becoming depopulated and you want to attract new residents who are young adults who have very young children, if they are not able to have their kids taken care of in daycare centers in the town, they're not able to live there. And this is a problem because in these towns, because of the lack of children, they end up shutting down daycare centers. So in this talk, we had Ines Dominguez, who is a council person in the council of Valverde de Burguillos, and we also had Maria Ángeles Muriel, who's the general director of rural development and demographic challenge in the regional government of Extremadura. Both of them discussing this issue and new models that could be used in order to resolve this problem. What were some of these models that they spoke of?
Well, one of the main models they spoke of was the nest houses, which are being held in Galicia, in the autonomous community, and they saw it as a model to replicate. Well, Valverde has replicated other models, partly Envejecer en mi casa is things from the municipality, but they also mentioned the difference between the situation in Extremadura and the situation in Galicia. Galicia has more population, not that much, but it's more dispersed across the environment. Here in Extremadura, you have different municipalities, and in between, they have less people. So it's more difficult, but as they have mentioned in other interviews, what we seek here is not one-on-one replication, it's adaptation. And when in the interview they arrived to that conclusion, the outlook was more positive, it was more achievable, and in spite of the difficulties, it's a model, it can be used as a base to create an equivalent of the nest houses.
Exactly. And what else were they speaking of when they were talking about the AMPAs? What can foundations do and associations do in order to better implement these types of innovative programs?
Well, due to the lack of professional daycare attendants and the fact that they are thought for bigger municipalities, they thought of, well, the parents can collaborate with one another. For example, one of the initiatives they mentioned were car sharing between the different parents due to the lack of extracurricular activities, maybe take care of them together. So it's more of setting the infrastructure, but we also need the support of the civil society and the community to provide services for working mothers, especially because they are the more vulnerable in this kind of situation of difficult conciliation. So, but not only for them, so the gap can be mended partially or totally.